Let's take a look at some of the darkest timelines in the DC multiverse, and one of the most well-known universes inside of that is the Injustice timeline. Now, Warner Brothers is sponsoring this video because they wanted me to let you guys know about the Injustice 2 mobile app and the Injustice 2 mobile app streaming event known as Bring the Rain. You see, in this mobile app, you get to experience the story of the game as they release it in chapters, and you also get to play the game in its mobile app fighting game format. Now, a lot of you guys may be thinking, oh, it's just another fighting game, but in all actuality, this one involves combos, supers, and special moves that has me hopelessly addicted to it. And if you want to see the game getting played, then stick around to the end of this video, where you'll get to see 6 of your favorite streamers giving you tips and tricks of their favorite characters. And if you download the game, let me know in the comments down below who your favorite character inside of the game is. But it gets even better, because the Bring the Rain event not only gives you tips and tricks, but if you click the other link down below, you get an opportunity to enroll in the competition, allowing you to get in-game currency and even a chance at getting the Injustice 2 statue. Now, let's go ahead and go with the first timeline that I'm going to be talking about, because it's the one that is being brought up in this entire opening. The Injustice timeline. Everyone likes to go, hey, this is a dark timeline with Batman fighting against Superman, but that's not what makes it actually dark. Look at how bad things have actually gotten in this world. The Green Lantern Corps is mostly destroyed and removed. Many of the heroes that saved the world are dead or crippled. Many have even given up their lives as superheroes in general, such as Plastic Man. The world is so dark and twisted that even heroes such as Martian Manhunter, who have survived near-death experiences at the hands of Superman, go into hiding pretending to be an Atlantean in Atlantis. A superhero needs to go into hiding. Anti-heroes are flipping entirely to the villain's side, such as Captain Cold from the death of his sister, and the heroes that we thought were here to save us, such as Aquaman, decided to give up on the mainland. This is a truly dark world, not just because the Super Friends are fighting, but because the world that they've created for the civilians. Whole cities have been wiped off the map, and planets destroyed such as Mogo, and evil is allowed to rule. Another dark future is Damian's evil future, and this is one that you don't often hear about. So this storyline is called Batman and Bethlehem, and it's created by Grant Morrison. In this timeline, the current Batman, which at the time was Dick Grayson, is killed by the Joker. So Damian decided that in order to be a better Batman, he would need to start killing the villains, regardless of Gordon and Alfred trying to convince him not to do it. Bruce also arrived and tried to tell him you shouldn't do this, but after they argued about it, Damian nearly killed him. So Bruce then exiled him from the cave. He goes on a journey to redeem himself, and he takes up the mantle of Batman, and his journey takes him against Professor Pig and eventually fighting against the Joker for killing Dick Grayson. Alfred dies, and Damian names the cat Alfred after him, and he even saves the infant Terry McGinnis after he's injected with the Joker serum. Next up, we have the CW Flash Future Timeline. Now, there are slight spoilers for this, but I will not reveal who Savitar is in case you are saving that. If you want to know who that is, we have a separate video for it. But Barry Allen travels to the future to find out who Savitar is, hopefully, but he only discovers that the future is basically not a happy and cheery place for our heroes. The Flash has been missing for years, Mirror Master and Top are running the show, Cisco is a depressed wreck, and he's lost his powers because Killer Frost froze and broke his hands off. Wally is wheelchair bound like a similar comic cover, but from fighting Savitar alone, and Julian is working in a prison to watch over Killer Frost while Iris is long dead by Savitar's hand. Definitely not a future that any Flash fan wants to see the Flash in. After that, we get the DCEU. Enough said. Now, actually, I'm joking about that, but think about this in comparison to the other DC timelines. In the DCEU, you have a Superman who is tired of humanity as they are now shunning him. A Superman who had to watch his father die in front of his eyes as his father told him not to use his powers. A Superman whose life is so dark and gritty that he has lost hope. This is the guy who was supposed to be literally the embodiment of hope. And we have a Batman that lost a Robin early in his career, so he's decided to go the truly brutal and badass route. Then, instead of two heroes coming together against a common enemy, Batman is so downright mean and Superman is so fed up with humanity that they have to fight it out until they discover the one shining light in this universe. Both their mothers are named Martha. After that, we have the Flashpoint Universe. This one's been coming up a lot in many people's favorite timelines. But honestly, look past the fact that Barry screwed up everything. Look at how lost this world really is. Sure, Thomas Wayne is Batman since his son died, but that's honestly the least troubling thing about this universe. Abin Sur lands on the planet to find that they need his help, so instead of helping the Guardians save the entire universe, he gives up that mission to save Earth. Hal Jordan isn't even a Green Lantern, but he's just some fearless fighter pilot. The Amazons and the Atlanteans are in a full-on war, Superman is a military pet project, and Martha Wayne has turned into the Joker. The entire planet is doomed and about to crumble, and they've lost like all of Europe, if I remember correctly. The entire universe is just super dark. Next up, we're going to be looking at the Kingdom Come universe. Sure, everyone loves to mention this as a classic, but seriously, once again, really think about it. In this world, Superman and the League gave up their roles as superheroes to back a hero who kills villains. This divides the superheroes into houses, as some heroes grow farther away from the idea of being a hero, and they end up becoming out of touch, and the others side with these new vigilante-type heroes. The entire event leads to a superhuman war, which sounds very much like Injustice, but this was in 1996. This type of dark future just really didn't come up that often. The battle is between Superman's Justice League, Batman's Outsiders, Lex Luthor's Mankind Liberation Front, and Magog's Justice Battalion. Funny enough, the teams are divided very similarly to the Injustice universe. And another odd one that you don't hear about too often is the Nazi reality. So everyone likes to freak out over Secret Empire. How can Marvel do this? Well, DC did it too, and DC did it first. It just wasn't as mainstream. Just like the Red Sun universe, where it's a what-if story about Superman landing in Russia, this one is a what-if story about him landing in 1938 and Adolf Hitler finding him. Superman becomes the Overman and ensures the Nazis win. Then as the years go on, Flash, Wonder Woman, Hawkman, Hawkgirl, and Green Lantern all become members of the Nazi regime. The only ones to stand against them are the Freedom Fighters team, which is a group of people called Uncle Sam, Human Bomb, and Phantom Lady. Trust me, I still don't know anything about those three people other than this storyline. And for our last entry, we're going to look at the Justice Lord's future. Now, this is the animated series version of the Crime Syndicate. They wanted a version that was basically not just straight bad guys, but they were turned evil due to events in the timeline. So in this timeline, Lex Luthor becomes president and he murders the Flash. He then went to establish policies that would bring the world to the brink of war, like building an anti-superhero wall. And when Superman, Batman, and Wonder Woman storm the White House to stop him, Lex informs Superman that he'll just go to prison and get free again. So Superman kills Lex, and they all decide that it's time for a new type of justice, one where Superman's faith in humanity is gone. Once again, this is very similar to the idea behind Injustice, and is actually credited as one of the inspirations for the Injustice storyline. Now, those are some of the darkest timelines in the DC multiverse, and like I said, Injustice is one of the most well-known due to its mainstream popularity of it being a video game on multiple systems and having mobile apps associated with it. But if you want to see just how dark it is, and you want to see how awesome the Injustice 2 mobile app is, then stick around, because we're now going to move forward with some of your favorite streamers performing some of the amazing moves in the Injustice 2 mobile app. First up, we have Ajax. Now, right off, we see him fighting for his life as Batman with an endless supply of batarangs. But while it's doing a good job of keeping Harley at bay, eventually Dr. Fate and Cyborg come in to wreck him. And after losing armored Superman, he just needs to rely on that Batman super with the Batplane to save the day. Sadly, at the end of it all, Cyborg defeats Superman by taking that sweet victory away from Ajax. Luckily, in our follow-up match, he did manage to use a wheel kick combo attack to knock Robin out of the fight. That's right, who's better? Batman's better than Robin. Meanwhile, over with Bruce Lee Rob, he demonstrates how it's done with a 10-hit combo from Armored Superman. While he can't seem to pull it off on a regular basis, he does have a 7-hit combo down. Sadly, it's not enough for even Armored Superman to get the win as he gets beat down. Don't worry though, Bruce Lee Rob comes back with a double KO. He knows how this game is played. Meanwhile, Koopa Troopa is showing you how to triple combo. So we have a Harley stun and KO. And then he goes into a Batman combo, which is a KO. And then a third KO without any resistance. I mean, that's how I count rapid KOs. If you don't get much resistance or you don't lose your own guy, it's a rapid KO. Over with another member of our Bring the Rain team, we have Run JD Run. In his usual chill manner, he demonstrates the team combo mechanic by leaping into Wonder Woman from Batman. And while he's getting beat by Batman and Harley, he combos with a 4-hit combo right into a teammate Deadshot for a completion on that team combo. And somehow, he keeps the chillest composure the whole way through. I know I would be freaking out. But don't worry guys, JD knows how to handle the ultimate moves as well, as we see Deadshot entering into his super to decimate Unhinged Harley. Over on Caboose XBL's side of Bring the Rain, he's showing us how to save your heroes as his Emerald Green Lantern is getting beat down. A simple fix: bring in Batman, because he's the Batman and he's able to win. Not only does he win, he KOs Scarecrow, and then he takes out the copycat Batman and boom, wins the match. He also demonstrates another amazing series of hits as he's getting the hang of the game. Let's go ahead and count out that combo. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, whatever. We're just gonna wait till we get to the end of it. And the total on this entire combo hit is... he's still going! He's still going! Is still going! Still going! 27 hit combo! But now you might be wondering the tricks to maintaining such an amazing combo. Well, our next streamer, J-Roar, is going to show you how that's done. You see, you can use the blocks to maintain those combo hits. Just watch Jay do that. Another trick is to use that zone out to keep your ranged guys away from the close quarters guys. It's only cheap if you say it is, and someone's yelling at you from behind your back. You're being cheap, and you know what? It doesn't matter. This is a game you get to do whatever you want. And we're going to wrap up our highlights as we see a double KO with the Flash into a Bane Super for a triple combo. And there you have it, guys. Some of the darkest timelines inside of the DC multiverse. And you got to see an in-depth look at the Injustice 2 mobile app. Now, I know you're all saying, oh, Benny's just doing it for this ad, but I am actually a huge fan of that game. So I want you guys to let me know in the comments down below who your favorite characters are inside of the game. For me, I'm using a lot of Arkham Knight Batman, Armored Superman, Unhinged Harley, Suicide Squad Harley, and Master Thief Catwoman. I know, I have double Harley, but I really like Harley Quinn. Anyway, guys, click the link down below, download the game, and if the contest is still going on, there will also be that link down below to give yourself a chance to win in-game currency and the Injustice 2 statue. So don't forget, guys, bring the rain and tell me how you're gonna bring the pain.